Hello, hello. Welcome to Permanently Reserved. This is going to be, I think, episode 2. And
Fake episode 2.
what?
Fake episode 2. It's not
Maybe,
really, but
maybe
it's
not.
maybe
Maybe,
not.
maybe not. So, okay.
Okay.
Start over.
Let's start over.
Can't take
This
her
is
seriously. Well,
this is Akif.
yeah.
This is
So,
Padma.
this is mom. All right.
I have an identity of my own. I'm Padma.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
You guys can call her auntie.
No, Padma. Thank you. Miss Padma or Miss Inguva.
Okay.
That's fine.
Who's Guva and why is she missing? That was a good one. But, okay. So, tell me. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Why do you want to do this podcast anyway? Explain.
Just cause. I mean, hey, this is my podcast. I'm supposed to be asking you questions. You can't immediately just deflect the first question I ask
I'm not good at small talk. That's and
It's not small
I
talk.
want to know who your audience are, whether they have this kind of time
Okay,
to
well,
listen to the banter.
Currently,
Uh,
I have no audience. My
yes.
audience so far is Sahil. Okay?
Even he doesn't listen to the whole thing fully.
No, that's
Okay.
not true, actually. He just showed Atif and Umar the whole thing.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
And they watched it.
Yeah. And then Umar messaged me while we were driving.
What did he say?
He said it was really good.
Okay, Umar, Atif, and Sahil. Only 3
She's calling you guys liars.
No, only 3 listeners of the podcast.
There's also Craig. There was Ken and Scott and Mr. Butler, who you met this morning.
Uh-oh. Okay.
All right.
Cool
So
folks.
we're working towards 10.
Building.
What's that right there? There's like 7.5.
You already feel better. Huh?
Okay. I mean, it's better than me.
All right.
And really, if you think about it, I watched it like 3 times.
Okay.
So my video has, I think, like 10 views.
All right. So now let's get to the point. Okay, now I'm serious about why do you want to do this podcast? What do you have something new to offer compared to a million other podcasts? I mean, Obama and Michelle Obama,
right.
They have.
Well, what do they have that was new to offer? Nothing
they,
other than name value.
Okay, but then Michelle actually got her mother on the podcast once, her brother, and then she got her mentees.
Check that out. See, I also brought my mother. Okay. Okay.
Sure. Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I'm just following in the footsteps of the greats.
Yes.
If that's how you want to look at it.
Okay.
All right. Who needs something new when everything under the sun has been done?
It's been done.
All right.
You just need to make it.
So let me just not do anything then. All right.
And that's fine too.
Pick one.
That's what you've been doing all this long.
That's not true.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Enough banter. Come on. No, seriously. What is it that you want to offer?
No, I mean, I've told you a bunch of times, and it's already in the previous episode too. Is I just want to talk with Myrtle Beach locals. I've been here now, about 5 years, right? 5.5 years, coming up on 6, and I really love this place. I go away, I come back, I stay for longer than I expect to stay. But every time I meet new people, I meet old people, new regulars. There's a lot of great people and places around here. Today we went over to the Meher Baba Center, right? Met some nice people, right? Everybody. Myrtle Beach is actually a place of varied beliefs and cultures, right? There's Arab cultures. There's a growing Nepali population even, right? Now I think we got like 6 Nepali families in Myrtle Beach.
So you're telling me that it's a little bit different from typical South Carolina culture?
Well, I think South Carolina is, I think a lot of places in the U.S. are misconstrued in other places, right? Like, I've traveled a lot, you've traveled a lot, everybody, like, we know has traveled a lot. So you tell me, like, the truth, right? Now, no place is as bad as people think it might be, and no place is as great as people say it is, right? Right?
Yeah.
New York's supposed to be the greatest city on earth, but it's really kind of, like, crappy. And same thing with LA. Right, there are spots, but like you have to kind of be the type of person to get those types of experiences. And I had my doubts when I first came to South Carolina, when I came to Myrtle Beach, but not just Myrtle Beach. I've been to a bunch of places in South Carolina, and everybody's nice. Everybody's nice, and everybody has their beliefs, but nobody's really in your face about it. Southern hospitality is a very real thing, right? Everybody acknowledges that it's a real human being in front of you, and at the very least, they're kind to you and they don't make those moments sour. Maybe they go home and feel some other way. Who knows? Yeah. But like, I can go through my day believing that everybody I've met is kind and happy and polite.
Yeah, same. And my experience pretty much the same.
So, I think that's a really great thing. Right? I'm from New Jersey. You've lived in New Jersey as long as I've been alive, right? Yeah. So right? Over there, people can be more like straightforward with their emotions. So random strangers, you can see like when they're angry or when they're this way or that way and whatever. Here, right? At the very least, you might feel some type of way, but they make a real effort not to make the next person responsible for your feelings. You know what I mean? So, someone might be having a bad day. They don't go sulking around because then whoever looks at them is now worried for them or is like, oh, why are you having a bad day? It's like, kind of keep to yourself, which is a positive and a negative in ways. But anyway, so I really like Myrtle Beach. I want to talk to more locals. I want to learn more about the history of Myrtle Beach because I'm relatively new here. I've been here for 6 years. I've seen a lot of change in just the time that I've been here. At the same time, right? At the same time, I've come after a humongous amount of development, right? There's those old photos, and you can see them over there, kind of hiding behind the partition, which I'll show you in detail later. But photos from 100 years ago, how different it was. We went to the Meher Center, right?
Yep.
And you see how the landscape is just different, untouched land.
Oh yeah.
Right? Go Huntington Beach State Park, nature preserves around here, right? There's pockets from which you can almost like see the past, right? Yeah. And there's a lot of people here in Myrtle Beach that have kind of seen the transformation from what that was to what it is now. You know what I mean? So so I want to talk to those people, right? There's a lot of people that come here to Bombay at the beach that have great stories, that have great perspectives, or that maybe want to hear from us about like what's our culture like and where we're from and all that stuff. These are just fun conversations to have. These are conversations I have regularly here at the restaurant that I'm sure more than just me, right? More people than just myself would be interested in hearing. So even if it goes to like 10 people or 20 people, right? It doesn't matter. I'm not doing this. Like, what am I doing this for? Right? This is just one of the main things that makes me feel great about Myrtle Beach. And I feel almost disappointed that it's just restricted to this little dining hall. You know what I mean? So.
Okay.
What about you? Why are you doing this podcast?
I'm totally forced into this. I have no intention of doing any podcast whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I'm just doing it because you asked me to.
Yeah.
Is that an honest answer or not?
Is this the first podcast you've done?
No, I've done a couple before, photography-wise.
Sure. So why don't you tell me about yourself?
I'm not that interesting. I just want to live my own life on my own terms. That's it.
Well, according to you, I'm not interesting. But that's not the point, right? Who cares? It's not up to you to decide whether you're interesting.
Yeah, well.
Right? I'm interested.
I'm good.
Asking you.
Yeah, I'm good. That's what I am. Happy, busy with my own life, living life on my own terms.
No.
Finally at peace. So that's where I'm at right now. But for me, just like how you feel about New Jersey, about Myrtle Beach, I feel the same about New Jersey. It feels home, and I don't want to go anywhere else. I tried South Carolina. I tried Washington D.C.
Would you call it your time here in South Carolina trying South Carolina? Is that what that was?
Yeah, 6 months in Columbia, South Carolina. I liked it, but I did not love it enough that I'm going to pack my bags and move here. So I moved back to New Jersey, and I'm very happy there.
Right.
It just somehow feels home.
Yeah.
So,
No, I mean New Jersey is home. Why do you think I visit so much? Right. Like what? This year I came up 5 times so far.
Something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but every place has history,
Of course.
and every place has that the people that are tied to.
Yeah.
But they don't want to. They cannot imagine living anywhere else. They cannot imagine.
Yeah.
It could be because they love the place so much, or it could be because they're scared to try new things, or it could be like me. Like in my head, I lived in so many places. Finally, I realized none of those places are as good as New Jersey, and then I finally realized, okay, no, I don't need to look any further. I'm going to be there. I'm going to visit rest of the places, but New Jersey is my forever place.
Yeah.
So whatever the reasons may be, wherever that you end up is,
Yeah.
however you feel about it.
Yeah. I agree with you that it's really a combination of those like 2 3 things that a lot of people end up staying in one place, right? Like for me, I do have a lot of friends in New Jersey, but I feel like it's a New Jersey thing of like if you I don't even know if it's a New Jersey thing. I feel like most places, at least here in the U.S., I've seen a lot of people that grow up in a singular place, right? They say, "Oh, well, there's nothing to do around here, or this place is boring, or this, that, or the third," because they've grown up there. They know everything that there is to do, and right. So, and a lot of people they're itching for this like adventure or for this change of scenery, and
only to turn around 20 years later thinking that no, that place that I grew up is not a bad place to be.
Sometimes, right?
Most of the times, actually.
I mean,
sorry to say.
I mean, you're an exception, right? You don't want to go back to India.
I don't want to go back to India only because
that's not the point,
right?
right? The point I'm getting at
but
is.
I did though. I feel like I grew up a lot more in New Jersey than I grew up in India.
Yeah, I feel like once you've hit more than 50% of your life in a given location, then that place is automatically.
So that's the reason why I'm drawn to that place.
Yeah.
And
That's how I feel about East Windsor. You remember when we moved to East Windsor for the longest, I didn't want to be there, and then once I was there for a certain amount of time, I'm like, all right, well, this is where all my friends are, this is where all my home is, and this is, like I don't remember anything about Old Bridge, but yeah, but I feel like a lot of people end up settling in like the first or second major place that they move away to.
Yep.
Right. Like for me, for the longest time, I wanted to just be in California for the rest of my life. Then I came back, and I'm like, I actually didn't like it as much as I think I liked it. It was just the first real.
That was the same for me in Columbia, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Initially, I'm like, I can move here.
Yeah.
And then slowly, I'm like, no. And then once I moved back to New Jersey, I realized that no, I was very lonely there. I even when I'm living alone in New Jersey, I still feel like that's my place. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, everything I wanted. Well, in Colombia, I feel like there wasn't really much for you to do, right?
Yeah.
Like, in California, there was everything for me to do. I wasn't like I had friends and everything. It's when I came back, I was like, what was I going through to actually like stay there? Yeah, I had the good friends and stuff, but what was I doing or like having to do to actually stay in California? There's a lot more to California than just like friends and things to do, right? Like now, further along in life, you realize like, okay, you got to think about the taxes, you got to think about the income, you got to think about like the job, the location, blah blah blah. This that proximity to other people that like you actually know, right? All those other people I met in adulthood. In New Jersey, there's all the people I grew up with, right? Yet somehow here in Myrtle Beach, I don't feel that like that. I feel like Myrtle Beach is like a good place to call home.
Okay.
I think a lot of it has to do with there's a lot of New York and New Jersey people here in Myrtle Beach. A lot of people either come here on vacation or they retire here. So that vibe of New Jersey, New York, it's just the North is here.
Okay.
Right? Without them actually being here. Like without this actually being there. So I just really like all the stuff that there is to do here, right? Not all the tourist stuff, but like the actual like I can go to the beach whenever. There's the state parks. What was I saying about all the different like demographics, spirituality, like beliefs and everything, right? And a lot of people they come here and eat, right? We have Baha'i that come here. Right? I didn't even know like Baha'i had like communities here in the U.S. Right? Like in Virginia, my neighbor, they were Baha'i.
Although Chicago has a good amount of Baha'i people there. Yeah. And yes, Washington D.C. has some good community there. Yeah.
I believe it. I'm just saying I didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. So we had the. We had the Baha'i, we have the Meher Baba people. We got a really nice, like, growing Muslim community, right? The Arab population here is growing. They're not Indian Muslims, but the Arab Muslims. You know, there's a lot of them that are growing, and obviously a lot of Indians, right? Business people, just friendly people. I really like this place. There's the river, there's the ocean, there's forests, right? There's farmlands, and all of this stuff within like 30, 40 minutes. There's a whole host of things that you can enjoy. It's like a larger version of East Windsor.
Yeah.
You know, East Windsor, we have the rivers, like the small, like the creeks.
East Windsor has nothing. I'm sorry to say.
No, are you kidding me?
It's a flat land. There is nothing like it's flat.
No. East Windsor is amazing. East Windsor has the creeks. It has a couple of different lakes, right? It has Etra Lake, Etra Park, a Petty Lake, right in the middle of Hightstown, right? Just a stone's throw away. You have Assunpink. You have farmland. You have suburbs, and
technically Assunpink is not East Windsor, but anyway.
No, it's a stone's throw.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
Just saying. Okay.
All right. You go to the Intracoastal. It's not exactly Myrtle Beach, right? But it's still this area. Like, you know what I'm talking about. You're getting into semantics over here, right? I feel like 15 minutes doesn't negate it from the area. Okay. So there's Assunpink, the couple of lakes, few creeks. The school system's decent, right? It has its ups and downs. And there's all sorts of like different communities, right? You have the townhomes, like the Twin Rivers area. You have the suburbs of the proper East Windsor area. You have in Hightstown, like the close, like apartment complexes and so on, right? And now you have the growing Indian population. There's a lot to like about East Windsor, but I can only say that in retrospect because growing up in East Windsor, I was like, "Oh, this place is boring. There's nothing here," right?
Yep.
But now every time I go back, I'm like, "Oh, there's always something to do," right? It's just if I have to keep doing these same things over and over again, it's a little bit of an issue. But yeah. Plus, everybody here likes my dog.
Okay.
You know, take Louis everywhere. He's like a local celebrity. You saw we went to the bank today, right? You saw it. So, yep. Oh, yeah, you didn't come into those to see, right? The lady, she's like, "Oh, can I take him over there to give him cookies?" She took him away for like 2 minutes, fed him a whole bunch of cookies, brought him back.
Oh, that's why he's been.
They were dog cookies.
Okay, but whatever it is.
Yeah, it started after Lowe's, didn't it? All the party. So, what did you enjoy about your trip today, or this past?
What did I enjoy? Well, I haven't gotten to go to the beach. Like, I wanted to photograph, but I didn't bring my camera. But I'm glad that we went to the Meher Baba ashram.
We can still go to the beach in a few minutes.
No. I wanted to photograph, but that's okay. I
You
wanted
didn't bring
to.
a camera.
I didn't bring my camera.
So you knew you weren't going to photograph.
I know. That's why I feel bad. I feel bad because I didn't want to carry all that in case if I didn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Then I would really feel antsy.
Yeah.
If I had my camera and did not go or could not go, I would have felt really bad. So now at least I just have one regret, that is, I didn't have my camera. That's okay. So, but that's okay. Some other time. I really wanted to see the pier that's broken. That got damaged in the storm. I don't know if they rebuilt it.
Which pier that got damaged?
Apache or Cherry Grove.
Oh, the one that we were right by it?
Yeah, not the Apache, but the Cherry Grove. I wanted to see that. Okay. But I'm glad that we were able to walk to the beach from the ashram.
You know, I found a super secret pier the other day. It's not like actually super secret, but I went to the DoubleTree down there at the very end of Ocean Boulevard, and like 29th Avenue South.
Okay.
They actually have a pier there. I didn't even know. I was like, oh, we have the second.
Is that the Surfside Beach pier?
No, it's literally go to Ocean Boulevard and
Yeah.
go till it ends.
Go south. Go to the
Until
south.
it ends.
I think I've photographed that too.
Yeah, Doubletree, the big hotel.
Yeah, I think I photographed
Yeah.
that too. Yeah, I photographed pretty much all the piers here, but I want to do
I
it
didn't,
again.
I didn't, almost 6 years.
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, we have 2nd Avenue, 14th Avenue, and Cherry Grove.
Yeah.
And
no,
like
no.
in this
I know,
last 4 days, I found out there's at least 2 other piers that
Yeah.
I didn't know about. I was like, how?
And I'm pretty sure that Huntington also has something in there. Something, not just a jetty, but also a pier or something there.
I don't think it's pure proper. I think you're talking about the jetty. You're talking about where Baker goes and fishes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is because I went with Baker there.
Yeah, the rocks go out onto
there was a chair on the pier. You don't remember? There's a big chair that you can sit.
I don't remember.
Yeah. All right.
That might not have been Huntington Beach. Maybe that was Myrtle Beach State Park.
Oh, could be.
I have no idea. I've been to Myrtle Beach State Park once.
Okay,
Huntington Beach State Park.
No. Actually, that could be. You're right about that because there was a chair there that was a humongous chair that like maybe 3 people can sit on it.
Yeah.
It was like just more like a gesture, I think. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. I really like the ashram to see. That's 500 acres of bliss. I really liked it. And I also see too much growth going, and I don't know if it is a good thing or a bad thing here.
I think it depends on how it's done, right?
In the last 4 years, that I have not seen. Yeah,
it's a lot different from the last time you were here.
It's definitely different. Yeah. It's exactly.
I've been trying to tell you. I've been trying to tell you it's changing.
But I don't know if it is a good thing though. That much growth, it looks a little tacky right now.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It depends on how it's done, right? There's some places down on the boulevard that have been redeveloped that look really great, like this new hotel that's coming up right here on 7th Avenue, next to the Diplomat. It looks like it's gonna look good.
And a lot of these, hopefully, all these hotels are going to get cleaned up and get better news coverage.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's impossible to get it to a level of cleanliness that people think they want, right? Because we're by the beach, we're basically outside, right? If there's bugs outside, there's gonna be bugs inside.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much you clean, how much you do this, how much repellent you put, right? Anything that's 99% effective, right? That 1% is gonna get through. And if there's 10,000 bugs, what's 1% of 10,000? 100, right?
Yep.
So, right, 99.9% effective. Okay, you're still getting 10. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It happens. But.
All right. So, thank you for inviting me to the podcast, even if I'm a reluctant guest.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thank you for being here. Come visit me more often.
I will try.
4 years since you came here.
I will try.